The views and opinions expressed within the video content found on the Indie Comics Network are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Indie Comics Network or its sponsors.
Hey everybody, I'm here with my friend Glenn, the creator of Hatch, and we'll be talking with him today about his project on Fund My Comic, which I believe is the annotated hash.
That's right, yeah.
Excellent.
Nice to see you, Alison. Thanks for having me on.
Anytime, Glenn, anytime. We're often hang out together with Randy on Sunday mornings.
Yep.
Conversing about everything and nothing all at once.
That's the way it goes.
Yep. Feels good to be streaming again, though, on my own show. And I'm glad to have you here. But I had brought up your Fund My Comic here. We can see the annotated hatch in a rather striking picture of Glenn. You actually look happy.
I am happy.
And I was talking back in the green room. I absolutely love this picture with the pyramid and everything.
Yeah, the thing about that drawing is that I put in. I think I put somewhere in the text. In fact, I do in the book. I put that it's true that in the big pyramid of Khufu, which that is, there are 2.5 million blocks of stone, and I know because I've drawn them all, and I've drawn them all twice because I had to ink it as well.
That's true.
So they're all there.
That's fantastic. I love it. Your art style is so much fun. It has this classic feel to it. But yeah, just giving a quick scroll through.
Yeah, the book is about where he came from. It's about the origins and stuff like that. Because I started this in 1987, this strip, and it's got unpublished art in. It's got some of the artwork from the very first, from the beginning, and you can also get a piece of it. I've got a piece on the rewards there, piece of the original artwork from all that while ago, 36 years ago now. Yeah, and there's also other artwork like these two coming up here from this a story called Swamp Gas, and
you got the UFO part there.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
So. You'll see what there's five. It's only a 5-page story, and but the artwork's for sale on this. You can get that. I don't want to sell it, but somebody might want it. I don't want to sell any of it, but you can't eat a piece of board, can you?
Oh, understandable. I mean, I don't usually sell my original art off for stuff I do.
Yeah, unless I've got tons of it. Yeah, I've got tons of it. I've got thousands of pieces of artwork, and a lot of it nothing to do with this. But because I don't throw anything away. I've got tons of stuff. And that's obviously after Normal Rockwell, that great drawing he did of himself during one of his paintings and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, I love that. I love that painting, the Rockwell painting. Yeah, himself. We have. I remember when this was unveiled for the first time. This when you were showing this. That was great.
The figurine, it's 8 inches high. My wife made that. That's absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely love that. It's so cute.
That's a page from the second book, which is coming out soon.
Very cool. Very cool.
This book this isn't what is on offer. This is the Hatch 2 or Hatch What's Up. It's called. This is with the pyramid in it. This is coming out shortly from New Haven Publishing, and it's a companion to this book, the annotated book.
So is this a watercolor piece?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Coloured inks. Yeah. All hand-drawn. I produce my work traditionally, as they say, on board, on paper, with a pencil and brushes and ink and all sorts of things. I don't do any computer colouring. I've done that, but I like the feel of the ink. I like to put it in.
Oh, I love working with like markers and watercolor and gouache and everything. So I know what you mean.
But having said that, that next piece is computer colored. It's one of the rare ones.
But it still looks good.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I can see the differences of I can see the computer coloration to it, to the difference between the watercolor. I mean, I like both, so.
Yeah, I enjoyed doing it. It was a good discipline to try and do, and I think I did a reasonable job on it.
It looks really good.
But I would rather, like I say, produce.
I'd rather work traditionally.
Yeah,
completely understand that.
The same with the lettering as well. I tend to, if I've got lettering on a script, I'll hand letter it rather than use a computer. But I do both. But
we got the hammer of Thor there, right by his hatch.
Yeah, and that's just some pencil work there. And there's one story where he obtains a silver surface powers, and there's a little animated film. It's not on here, but he's flying around his asteroid.
Fantastic. So, how did you come up with Hatch?
Well, I was working. I was studio manager at a art studio in the 80s, and I got back into comics in the early mid 80s. I just saw some new Jack Kirby stuff. I saw that was Captain Victory and stuff like that. And I started reading it again, and I had a lot of comics in the attic, in the loft. So I got them down again. I looked through them, and I thought, well, I've always wanted to draw comics. In fact, some of my earliest artwork that I've got is from 1969, when I was 14, of this character I created. So I got drawing comics again, and I wanted to produce. I produced several comics through another studio, or my own studio, and with other people. And then I wanted to produce a strip cartoon to put in the newspapers. But as you know, those things are getting smaller and smaller and dropping out. And I did those strips of Hatch for that reason. And then he's turned into what he is now. But basically, people say he's me. He likes to be on his own. He is on his own. He's got nobody to speak to. And it's just all that he's on this little asteroid and he's on his own, and it's just everything that happens to him, because he doesn't speak, because he doesn't need to speak, because there's nobody there to speak to, so he doesn't understand that. Yet on the drawing you showed of him when you asked about the watercolor, he's carrying a parcel. He'll go to the post office and pick up a parcel. It's just crazy. There's just crazy stuff going on, and like the one with the computer colored piece further down, there's a flood, there's a tsunami, and there's a flood, and he gets his fishing rod like you would, and he casts it, and he pulls the plug out, and all those things are there. It's just crazy.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
It's just mad.
Got a plane going overhead, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But yeah.
But basically, I just like drawing, and I like drawing him. I draw him. This is what I said to you. I've got hundreds, if not thousands, of drawings of him, and a lot of those are on the site as well, where you can get 30. I think it's 30 pieces of 10 pieces, and they're just random pieces. It's just further down, I think. Let's keep going.
Yeah, no, I was just taking a look at the different.
Oh right, yeah. Well, that is the first book.
Yeah,
and you can get a PDF of it, or you can get a physical one from me.
And we got the Hatch annotated one, so it's 100 pages. This PDF for 12.
Yeah,
that works. And then we have 15. This is the physical copy. Hatch the Next Day. So is this the sequel?
No. This is the first book.
Oh, it's the first book. Okay.
Yeah.
My apologies.
And
I see. Yeah.
And the annotated is like the companion. There's no story in it, other than the story of him. And you can find out where he came from, basically, and see the original drawings and the original artwork in that.
That's cool. That's very cool. And we got the Hatch sketchbook digital.
Yeah, that sketchbook is A5, which is, I don't know what size that is, 6 by 8.5. And
nice.
This what happened is that when my wife is making dinner and we're talking, I'm scribbling, and I'm always drawing Hatch and writing down ideas for him. You see, and Helen comes up with the best ideas. And one day I'll scribble on anything. There's envelopes and gas bills and things, and I'll use it and I'll just draw. And one day I drew him on a letter she had to return. So somebody somewhere has got a piece of original Hatch artwork in their filing cabinet, right?
That's awesome.
So I got in trouble for that. So she bought me several of these books, and these are all just, they've got pencil drawings of him in.
Yeah.
They just oops, that way is it? There we go. It's just what I'm thinking of at the time. They just, it's just anything.
Oh yeah.
Just sketches, and there's 100 pages there. Just very, very rough. I don't know whether you can see that or not.
Yeah, you get a weird bounce on light, but
yeah,
I can make that.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
And it's just like that. It's just sketches of him.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, well, they're not doing anything, these things, and somebody might like to own this, and you can get this actual one. Or
sweet.
That's on the campaign, or you can get a PDF of it, and I'm also offering a printed version of it. So you got 3 chances for that one.
That's very cool.
And I've also got a few others that I might, if it goes, I might put them on as well. I don't know. There's the random. You get 10 pieces of, and what you'll get on that is you'll get 10 drawings of him. You'll get what you get. I'm not showing that you just get what you get, but he'll be on an envelope or a piece of paper or the gas bill or whatever. You'll get what you get. But it's original artwork, so
that's the one I'm more interested in because this is random. I just think that's more fun.
Yeah, and I think that's quite a neat idea, even though I say it myself.
Oh, this is really nice. So this is basically. So this is Hatch annotated, the printed version, clarity. Yeah, black and white.
It's 100 pages. I'm doing it in softback and hardback. There's a reward that has the hardback and an original drawing that I will produce for that person. So that artwork, that artwork isn't done yet, but it will be if anybody. Well, somebody has already booked back that one. They will get a hardback version of the book, 100 pages, and they'll get an original coloured Hatch drawing.
That's really cool. So yeah, and then you got the hardback one here.
Yeah. That's the hardback limited edition one, and then you've got
the early bird.
The early bird that gets the artwork and the book.
Very nice.
5 copies of that one. 5.
It looks like 4 already went through, so that's really good. So you're saving one for me basically for when I put my hit on it. So.
Okay. And that is the Ashcanna producer Swamp Gas, where the artwork's for sale.
Oh, cool.
There are copies of that. I don't know whether I've actually put that in. I might throw that randomly in people's packages. It's just 8 pages, black and white, with the Swamp Gas story in, and all the Swamp Gas artwork is on the rewards. That piece there with the snow is a piece of the original from 1987 of the very, very first strips that I did of him.
Oh, cool! Very cool.
I think it's about 25 of those. So I just thought I'd put one on. If it goes, I might put another one on. But that's the very, very first artwork.
I like it. That's sweet. Then we got the page 1 Swamp Gas original art for 180.
That's free shipping, so that's not too bad, really.
No, it's not bad at all.
Because it's on board, so it's going to take some packaging. So that's not bad.
16 complete with thumbnails. Yeah, complete with thumbnails. That's really cool. And ink wash. I love ink wash looks.
Yeah.
Original page 2. So is this basically just the Swamp Gas broken up into individual pages?
Yeah.
8 pages.
Yeah. If you want it all, you better be quick.
Yeah, and you gotta have a lot of money.
Yes.
Oh,
But-
did you get 600? You get
Yeah,
original art?
that's for that. That's 100
Yeah.
pages of Hatch artwork, original scribbles, I suppose you might call them. But
I love it. And I love the picture here because it's very much like the obelisk from 2001.
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what I was doing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there it is.
Ooh, hang on. I get you up there. Doop. There we go. So this is the original right there. That's fantastic.
So, like I said, I think I've got 2 more of these, an A4 one, which is twice the size, and I've also got an A3 one, but that's not complete yet, so that might be for another time. But there's some good work in there, some lot of inking work in that one.
Oh, very cool. From the archive strip, the original Hatch from 1987. That's very cool. Oh, and this is the strip you're just showing.
Yeah,
so it's
that's
like
the
original
one.
strip.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then for 10,000, you get an 8-inch high Hatch figurine.
Yeah, that's. I know that's expensive, but what I would probably do with that, if anybody was going to buy it, I think I would hand deliver it to their house, because I couldn't imagine wrapping that up and leaving it to the designs of the postmen at both ends of the ocean. To be careful,
I can agree with that,
because I imagine he could break very easily.
Oh,
he's quite sturdy, but I would imagine being thrown about, he wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
So I think what I'll do, if anybody does buy that, I will hand deliver it.
That's fantastic.
To anywhere in the world, you know. So if they live in Japan, why not?
Go to Japan.
Why not?
Fantastic. And we get Hatch doing the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first getting into comics myself, I wanted to be a cartoonist for the newspaper as well.
Yeah.
That was my goal because of things like Garfield and Peanuts. And, Calvin and Hobbes was a huge influence on me.
Yeah. I used to read all those things, and we used to get Garth. I don't know if you've seen Garth by Frank Bellamy and all that kind of thing, and all that. It's just fascinating work. Just great the way these people work in black and white, you know.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because the black and white over here, they tend to be in colour in America, don't they?
Let's see. We have a little campaign thing, so I'm going to click this.
Yeah, okay.
Hatch is not your average cartoon character. Far from it. Hatch lives on a remote asteroid far out in space and has no knowledge of anywhere else. His day compounds bewilderment with disbelief as his life unfolds before him. A life he marvels at, embraces, and is ultimately frustrated by, albeit in a comedic way. This 100-page, full-colour, annotated edition of Hatch not only boasts an in-depth interview with creator Glenn B. Fleming, as he takes us through the evolution of this lovable character, but also presents previously unseen original artwork from the Hatch archive. All this, along with the creator's annotation and anecdotes, make this book a must for the connoisseur of sequential art.
Oh, that's very cool. I like it.
Goes.
Is that your wife?
Yes.
I figured.
Yeah, she does all my voiceovers. She's got a great voice.
Yes, she does. That was a really good voice. Oh, but yeah, that looks like a ton of fun.
Yeah, I really like drawing him. You know, he's just a quirky little guy. You know, and it's funny because in the book I put there's a little caption about me go and see Jack Kirby, as everybody knows. But I took Hatch with me and showed him, and he said to me, "It's great." He said, "This is really good, but he needs one thing," and he said he needs a hat. So I've got him with a flying helmet on most of the time now, but he does put other things on. But most of the time he wears his flying helmet.
I love the flying helmet on him.
Yeah, so
it's very classical to like the old pilots like World War and stuff.
I looked at I always forget her name. What was the name? The lady called who
Amelia Earhart?
Who disappeared in 19...
Amelia Earhart?
Yeah, Amelia Earhart, yeah. And I looked at her helmet. And it's that classic, just comes down, doesn't it? You know, it's not exactly the same, but you understand what I mean.
Oh yeah. She's a hero of mine. So
she was fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
Just a shame she disappeared, wasn't it?
Very much so. think there's rumors that she had like crash landed on an island that the Japanese were on.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
I don't know how true it is, but either way, she's vanished.
Yep. But yeah, that's what that's based on. So it's if you scroll down, it's got an Apollo suit on as well. There's a story called Apollo that will be coming out soon.
Yeah, the Apollo suits are right here, right?
Yeah, that's the pencil inks and colours of the artwork, and he's just sitting there with his Apollo suit on, like you do, because he can. Because he can.
Yeah. I mean, if I had the Apollo suit, this is what I'd do. I'd stand and look over the edge of the cliff too.
Of course you would, yeah. He's out in space, so why wouldn't you do that?
Exactly. Yeah. No, the artwork on this is just beautiful.
Thank you.
Very fun, classic look. This looks like colored pencil, or
it is. Yeah, it is. It's colored pencil. Yeah.
Let's say it doesn't quite look like crayon. So
no. Cheers.
Oh, it's good. You having a red?
Yeah. I think it's. I'm not sure whether it's Chilean or South African. I can't tell.
Both make decent reds. So
it's very nice though. Yeah, that's colored crayon. Yeah, that was. But he's also got his. Normal clothes on there. He doesn't usually wear trousers and a belt. I don't know why I did that. It was just something that came up. He probably won't wear those again.
Oh, the piece looks good. So, and it looks fun. He's just kind of there.
Yeah.
He's got the trousers on. I love the H on his shirt and all that.
Yeah, well, you know what that stands for, don't you?
Hatch?
No.
What does it stand for?
Everybody thinks it stands for Hatch. No, it stands for Helen. That's my wife.
Fantastic. That's even better. I support this fully. That's
awesome. So that's what it's all about.
That's fantastic. See, happy wife, happy life.
That's the one. Now that piece of artwork there, where he's standing in front of the crater, that's about 23 by 15, I think 15 or 16. It's a big piece of work.
That's a big piece.
Yeah, but I like to. All those stars are all put on by hand.
Cool.
With those white pens, because I just like to. I mean, there are some like in the first book, which was computer colored. I would do the stars in Photoshop and things like that, but I just like drawing star fields.
Oh, I do too. I love doing it.
Yeah, and I always throw, not on that one, but I usually throw Orion in so people can.
Yeah, stick in the belt and everything.
Yeah, and but I just like doing it. I just like the feel of it.
I love doing star fields, and I love doing them with either the toothbrush method, or sometimes I use like a card.
No, that's not good. You've got to do each individual one like I've done there.
Oh, I've done that too.
Yeah, well, all that sky is done with a sponge, or most of it is done with a sponge.
That makes sense.
And then just sponge it, and then obviously wait till it dries. It doesn't take long on this board, and then just go with the pen.
That makes sense. Just do the little dots.
That's the pen. That's the pen.
Ah, okay.
It's one of those, and it's a fantastic thing.
Oh yeah, and editing. Yep.
Yeah.
I see it. The editing 780.
Yeah, it's just got a lovely top on it. And it's just white. Brilliant.
Yeah,
great for stars.
A few
great
of those
for stars.
I was working on a commission the other day, and I was out, so I brought my art studio with me. Basically, my huge bag of stuff. Loaded. My hospice.
Oh yeah, that's real. You see, it's real.
Yeah,
that's what I like about it. You see, when I produced this hatch number 2,
it's like this right here.
Yeah,
absolutely love this stuff.
Just wonderful stuff. But like I said, I do all my work traditionally, and that's the cover artwork. You know,
Yes.
piece of board, all hand lettered.
Oh, fantastic! So you didn't do the tape down on it. You just did the was it? It's just hand lettered right on the board. You don't have like a piece you put down on top of it. I can't remember.
No, I just drop it in there and just draw it.
Fantastic.
And that's the cover artwork.
Oh, it looks great.
Whoops.
Yep, that was me going crazy. I also have.
Oh, look at that! Yeah. Oh, you're talking.
All my polychromos and stuff.
Yeah. To me, it's wonderful. I mean, computer artwork is fantastic. You know, when you think about it, to be able to do it like that, and I've done it like that. But I just prefer, I'd prefer producing something like that on
oh God, yeah. Oh, that looks great. You got the crackle going.
Yeah. You know, all hand lettered, and see where it goes. You know, see what you can do.
It's one thing I have to find. My Ames lettering guide. It's around here someplace. I don't know where the hell it went. I guarantee a cat took off with it.
Yeah, I've got mine. One of the best things I ever. I think I bought mine in 1981. I'm still using the same one.
I got mine from some of the courses I took through the Kubert School. Like they used to give you all the stuff when you signed up for courses. Now,
right. They give you an Ames guide, do they?
Yeah, they gave an Ames guide. They gave.
So you're doing hand lettering there as well.
Oh God, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Also, I got my Hubert T-square.
Yeah.
If you want any of that stuff now, you have to actually pay extra for it. It used to be included with the course load.
Right.
That was from the late 90s, early 2000s when they started doing that stuff, when it was like the VHS things that they'd send you to.
I'll just show you something. I've got this. All my equipment is all millions of years old. There's my Ames guide.
Yep, looks like mine.
Right. And I've also got this. This is one of the best things I ever bought.
Oh, those are great. Yeah.
That little set square thing.
Yep.
You know.
It's like a sextant. So yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic. Just really great. You just really easy to move about. I've got this big I've got all those as well, but this is invaluable. I've had this since 1984. I think I got that.
You have to get one of those. I don't have one.
It's fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Invaluable.
Just pulling out all my Posca stuff because I have tons of Posca pens. I have my Copic gray tones. These are the neutral grays, which is what I like to work with. Then I have my knockoff Copics because they're cheaper and they work just as good. And there's a lot of them. Yeah, I got my right triangle in there someplace too, and other things.
Well, back in 1979, when I was manager of a studio in town in Manchester, I bought this ruler, just a metal ruler, and I've had that. I liberated it when I left that place.
Liberated for the greater good of you.
Yeah, and it's just.
Do I have an ink edge on it?
Again, no. But I do have that on other stuff where you put your tape down. Yeah, it's just it's fantastic. Yeah, but no, I kept it off that one. I use this mainly for cutting things with a scalpel.
That makes sense.
I sharpen my pencils with a scalpel, not a pencil sharpener. You don't get the right edge.
No, if you hand scalpel sharpen it, it's gonna get a better edge for shading and everything. So.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just use that. I like to use my pencils are well used.
Yes.
And it's just I find it difficult to. People don't want to do this. Get your fingers dirty, get your hands dirty, get ink all over them. I get them all over my shirt and I get in trouble for that. But You've got to just get on with it,
Oh.
Just get some real ink.
Yeah, I don't have my hands were covered in like marker and stuff like that from the other day, but they're not now because I washed them. But yeah, they were all covered the other day.
But it's great, isn't it? You just it's just great to do.
It's like, how did you get that look? I smudged it, and it's like, what did you smudge it with? My finger.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Just smudge it. Just push it. Just push it a bit.
A little bit
and
of
it works. Yeah,
and it smudges nice.
Yeah.
How much did you practice to do that? I'm like, I made lots of mistakes, and I still do. It's all good.
Yeah, and a lot of the time, the mistake is the best part.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. Well, oftentimes when people say, where do you find your style? It's a collection of my mistakes.
Yeah, well, I'll show you a good mistake, and that's on this book I wrote. My dad was a paratrooper in D-Day, on D-Day.
Ooh, that's awesome.
And I wrote this book about him, and the foreword is by the grandson of my dad's commanding officer.
Oh, sweet.
Because he's not with us now. But speaking of happy accidents, I did a drawing of my dad was a brain gunner. It's a light machine gun. And on that morning. And so I wanted to draw a paratrooper with the brain gun firing it. And I spent 2 days doing this drawing. And it was awful. It wasn't working. And I was so angry with myself. So I never throw anything away. So I put this drawing away and I did something else and I came back to it and it still wasn't right. So I just opened up and just threw a load of ink on it and it turned into probably the best drawing. This isn't the artwork, this is on the book, but you'll see.
Oh, that's great looking. Yeah, I see it. That looks amazing.
And that's the happy accident. The drawing I wasn't happy with. There's nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't working out as I wanted it. And the thing about this book is that I contacted there's an appreciation of the guys who were, the people, their sons and grandsons and daughters are in this like a club. And I sent them this book. And there was a guy, and he served with my dad. And I was going to do a parachute jump into Normandy, but I didn't do it. I've got a bad back and I was warned and I can't do it. So I gave this guy, Moody, his dad was fought with mine on that day. And I sent him a copy of this book. And do you know what he did?
Jumped into Normandy?
Yeah, he jumped into Normandy with the book. And I've got it. It's also not this one, but it's all signed by everybody on the planes who were jumping in. And there's a photograph of him there when he'd landed with the book. And it's like, wow, my dad would be so proud. I wish I could show him. He's not here now. I've not been here for a while. But so what I'm hoping to do is go down to Normandy with some of the artwork, get it framed, and hang it in the museum at Neuville. And it'll be there forever,
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Maybe take a few copies of the book down and that kind of thing. But that's another one for another plan to get down. Because it's not that far away, France, from me. So I'll go down and walk on those beaches and go to see where my dad fought. He was only 19,
Yeah.
So
that was like the average age. The average age of the World War II soldier. I know, but American, it was 22 to 25.
Right.
After Pearl Harbor, it went down to 17. 18.
17. Well, my dad was 3 weeks short of his 20th birthday. I don't think he'd even had a girlfriend at that point. And he's jumping out of a C-47 at 500 feet, to be shot at, So,
yeah, I know with Vietnam, the average age of an American soldier was 19.
Yeah.
I was just watching a big thing on that because my dad was in Vietnam, so
right.
I was watching some stuff on it, and they were talking about the different ages of the average age and where it changed and stuff.
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
I got to step away for 1 second.
Okay.
I have to use the little girl's room.
Right.
So please,
if you just go, if you scroll down, and you'll see, I think it's there. You can see, you can just play me drawing it. If it might be up, I'm not sure.
Right. Yeah. No, that'd be great. Yeah, I saw those.
Yeah, if you just play that while you're away.
Yep, I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll drink some wine. This is all done at normal speed, so you can see how fast I draw. There's no underdrawing here. This is straight on, and that's, I work quite fast, I think, and
yeah,
you know, you've got to get it down. But what I, as you'll know as an artist, the longest distance in the universe is from your head to the end of your arm.
You're absolutely correct.
You know, you've got a perfect vision in your head, but getting it down that couple of feet down your arm, that's got to be the most difficult thing ever.
Oh, I completely agree.
You know, but I like the challenges of things. I've said this before. I like the discipline, and I like the challenge. And I don't always get it right. You know, I get it wrong all the time. But you've got to try.
Oh yeah.
Because when you do it, it's absolutely magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's like I studied martial arts for quite a long time, and one of my greatest experiences when I finally got my black belt.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine that.
That was fairly amazing as an experience goes. Because it's funny too, because I knew when you're going for the test, it's like my sensei always basically said, he goes, I wouldn't have put you for the test if you weren't ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have to pay your dues.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, you're going to get the belt. You're just going to go through hell to get it. So, and the black belt test lasted 3 days. So
3 days. Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's something.
8 hours each day.
Wow.
So basically an entire weekend.
Wow, that's fantastic.
It was at one point I basically had to fight the class. I got beat up.
Well, you know, you got your belt. You did it.
Oh, yeah. No, it was worth it. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
What's the top you can get?
Depends on the style. The typical thing is what they call the 10th Dan. Like, I got to 3rd. My sensei was a 5th.
Wow. So what would you be if you got the top one? Who is that? Bruce Lee?
Bruce Lee style is different. I studied more Japanese styles. I have some Chinese styles that I have studied. I've done some Tai Chi. I've actually taken a few seminars on Jeet Kune Do, which is Bruce Lee style. I did a 16-hour seminar on it, and it's very interesting.
So if you got your 10th Dan and you were number 1, and then there's Bruce Lee.
Yeah, he'd still be better.
Is he number 1 in a league of 1?
Yeah, basically. I mean, Bruce Lee is. I mean, you could probably make arguments that there are better martial artists and there are probably better martial artists since then, but because of he's Bruce Lee. It's just
because he died young.
It's that, and he really was phenomenal. I mean, I've watched like the few actual recordings of him demonstrating Jeet Kune Do and things, and he was definitely amazing. You can't really, with what he did with Kung Fu is just very, it was like a leap in martial arts.
Literally.
Yeah. It's kind of like when, I'm not really a fan of the style, but I will definitely say that Royce Gracie, when he basically really pushed the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I mean, that was another leap in martial arts with the way that fighting style was. It was really centered for fighting against ground fighting and taking out people who are bigger than you.
Right.
So that was, again, it was another leap in the art, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the style that I studied, it was primarily Japanese. There was a bit of Korean in it. Some Chinese forms. It was mixed martial arts before it was trendy.
I think at some point Hatch is going to be doing some martial arts.
That would be fantastic.
I think he's going to wear those black trousers and no shirt.
Bruce. You gotta get him with the scar on his face from like the tiger claw from the dragon.
Yeah.
Definitely got to do that, and he needs a pair of chucks.
Yeah.
And
he's going to be doing all that thing with them bars.
I was taking a seminar on nunchucks, and just doing like a weekend thing. You learn like the basic moves and all that with it, and like the whole point about using them, if you're not careful, you're going to hit yourself with them.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is like the way you swing with it. It's like if you follow through, the other end, when you hit it, follows the guide. It doesn't bounce back at you unless you want it to. So generally, it just goes right through. But I've seen people like trying to do the basic where you flip it to your shoulder and then try to bring it up and then launch the thing in the air, and then they run from it because it's coming down.
I would imagine it's quite difficult to achieve. I've seen him do it, but I think, oh my god.
Well, that's why you start slow.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
to get the motion so you can do basically the overage,
right.
Before you go fast with it, because when you start off going fast, you're gonna hit yourself in the head. So,
I bet he's probably done that a few times as well.
I have done that to myself, and I've seen other people do it. So,
yeah, it's not recommended.
I think everybody has hit themselves with their chucks at least once. No. The weapons I primarily studied, I studied the staff and the sword. I also know a bit of knife fighting.
Right.
That's the main weapons that I studied. So.
That's something I never got into. That was all the rage when I was at college. You know, Bruce Lee was around. I think he died when I was there. You know, and
he died around the time I was born. So.
Yeah, he died in 1973, didn't he?
Yeah, I was born in 1976. It was right around that time. Yeah, 1973, 1974. Yeah. It was right before Enter the Dragon actually was released.
Yes, and they were all going to these classes at college, and I thought, no, I'm not doing any of that. No, I'd rather just go to the pub,
When I was growing up, my brother got to do karate, and I got to do ballet. And I said, I want to do karate. And
Yeah.
my father was like, well, put her in karate. And, my twin could then do ballet.
I thought you were going to say that your brother wanted to do ballet.
Oh, I love doing dancing. I used to love dancing. I did it all the way up through high school and everything.
Right.
I got into like jazz and R&B style dancing and everything. So. And I played soccer. I used to be like heavily physically active. But yeah, I did it all. But martial arts is something I just really fell in love with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to play a lot of soccer when I was younger. I played for the town and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, football and
football, yeah.
Yeah,
football. And
one of my coaches only referred to it as football.
Well, it is football. If you think about it, American football is rugby because you don't actually kick it.
It's rugby. Yes.
So it's crazy, but that's Americans for you.
We rename everything.
I know. They have to change everything.
Yep. Because we're the crazy Americans. That's what we do.
This is why we kicked you out.
Yep, exactly. Just like the hell with these people. They're nuts.
Get them the hell out of here as far as you can. Stick them on a boat and send them that way.
I had a friend with one of my jobs I worked at, Arthur. I'll never forget him. He was a great guy. And he was from the UK, and he was big on pointing out, it's like, it's not the Revolutionary War, it's the Civil War over here. And I'm like, well, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I was saying the other week on one of Randy's shows that the house I grew up in, the cottage I grew up in, is older than your country.
I believe it.
It's a listed building. It's about 320 years old, this place. And I grew up in this, and it's older than the United States, because I've noticed that on my many trips to America that there's nothing happened before, 1776.
It seems that way. I mean,
10 million years before that, 10 billion years.
I mean, the house I grew up in was older than this country.
Yeah.
I mean, the house is close to 300 years old. So, but yeah, I get what you mean, though. I mean, there's areas in your country that are far older than when the first settlers came here.
Well, it's 1,000 years in 2066, which isn't long.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'll see it. But
not sure I'll see it. But
yeah, that's 1,000 years since my family came over from Holland.
Damn.
On the Battle of Hastings, 1066.
Yep.
They came over as mercenaries and all that kind of thing, and they got land and all that kind of thing. And so that's 700 years before your country arrived, or was established. Let's call it that.
Yeah, I mean, my family's been in this country since. Well, one side of my family's been in this country since. I know it's pre-Civil War over here. It kind of gets fuzzy after that, but we have there's records of my family fighting in the Civil War and stuff on my mother's side. My father's side is they're more recent arrivals.
Right.
Part of my family's been here a bit longer, but I know maybe they've been here 100 years at most.
I always find it fascinating that our civil, we've had a couple of civil wars, I think, but we've been here a while. It only took you Americans 100 years to have a civil war.
Yeah, we're quick and to the point.
5 for peace.
I mean, everybody was having one. It was about time we did. So.
Well, I'm not sure what it was about, but there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's good. But anyway, back to Hatch.
Yes,
so
far more entertaining things rather than
funmycomic.com, people, and take a look. There's a lot of good stuff in there, I think.
Yeah, Fund My
Yeah.
Comic. It's an independent, heavily independent friendly funding platform. I know Randy did his book on there.
Yeah.
I want to say The Loon, but I can't remember the name of it. I backed it too.
The Fool.
The Fool, that was it.
Yeah.
Um,
In fact, I did a piece of artwork for it. It's in the book. I need to send it to him. Just reminding myself, I need to send it to him because we were going to go over this summer to America, but things happened at home, so we didn't go. So we're looking to obviously go in the new year, probably now. And I was going to actually meet up with Randy and other people and give him his artwork. So I should put it in the post.
Yeah, I got to finish up my sketch I was doing of Herobot Zero for him.
Right. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Was it? He fights on the clock, doesn't he? Time and a half for overtime.
Yep.
That's great. I love that. I think it's brilliant. He sent me the PDF of it, and it's just really funny, and it's just great. There's some great stuff there. And we were talking the other day on one of these podcasts about the independents, the indies, new indies.
Mm-hmm.
There's no what you might call mainstream comics anymore because Marvel and DC are failing, aren't they? So badly. I think they
don't make comics for me anymore.
Yeah, I think it's down to us, to bring this thing back and just show what we can do because there's a lot of good stuff out there.
Oh, I agree completely. There's a lot of good independent stuff out there. And then you have, like I said, with Hatch, with the art style that you're using for this, it's something that's like it's timeless.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just fun. I mean, just the design of the character alone is just fun. I mean, I love this look.
It's great. I think it was one of the guys said about the shadow or the silhouette. You can always tell a good character by recognizing by silhouette. And I think that if you just scroll back up there, you'll see the silhouette of Hatch on the photograph of him, of his figurine, and proves the point.
Yeah, this right here. Yeah, you got this. He's got the perfect silhouette.
It's nobody else, is it?
No,
it's
brilliant.
It's
not. Yeah, it's utterly amazing. I love it. It's good stuff. I just love this Rockwell piece.
Yeah.
So what's the 10 for?
10 is the football shirt I used to wear when I played.
Oh, okay, cool. Very cool.
So there's all those references in it, and
thought you were trying to do binary for like on.
No. There's just lots of little things in the annotated book. You'll learn about him. These things about him. There is some talk of, I'll just say this, of an animation studio picking something up with him. So that's.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I always see him as an animated figure. I did from the get-go,
Well, he's definitely got the look to be animated. I mean, he's got all the hallmarks, the simple design and everything. He has a telltale silhouette. He's got easy features to work with. So he's very animatable. If I was still messing around with, they used to call it Adobe Flash. That's something I could easily animate in that. I think it's Cartoon Studio now or something. I don't know.
I don't know what it is. But it's it would be. I'd love to see it as an animated film. Well, that might happen. That would be great.
So would you voice Hatch when he actually does speak? Because I know he generally doesn't. So.
No, he doesn't speak. No, he doesn't speak. He makes the odd noise and stuff like that, but he doesn't speak. Like when he stubs his toe, he might scream.
I love it.
But other than that, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't have any words. He has no vocabulary at all. There's no need for him to talk. One of the reasons I did that was because I was thinking when I was doing it to start with as a strip cartoon, there'd been no translation problems for overseas.
Yeah,
that
was nothing.
That was the reasoning behind that.
Yeah, so I mean, there's great pantomime strips out there. So
yeah,
I mean, the one I can think of in the recent memory is Leo. It's a very dark strip.
Yeah. So, well, this is a bit more. This is a bit.
Yeah,
like,
this is a bit more fun.
Yeah. You just get into some situations, but there's always the funny side to it, you know. In fact, there's only the funny side to it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So people go over there and have a look, and just have a look through the rewards and things, and see what you can do.
Yeah, actually, something I want to do just to have it. I did put the link to it in the doobly-doo below, but I also have it right here where we have it. So everybody can take a look at it if they want to. They can go in and give it a follow. You know, grab the book because it looks really fun. And when I get paid, I'm probably going to back it. So
great, thank you.
Well,
the thing is, you see, people look at it and it's not what they want. They could also maybe tell somebody it might be what they want. You know, just pass the word on and see what happens with it.
Just share it out. I guarantee there's somebody out there who's going to like this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, actually, I got to post this to my Facebook and share it out too. So, I mean, I just did it here, but I want to do an actual post for it.
It is great to work on. I love working on him. It's great.
This is so much. He's so fun in the way he's designed and the way he looks. Like, I could see him the way he moves and things. Like,
yeah,
I'd love to see him animated.
Yeah,
I'm tempted to do it. Just to pull out load up one of my animation programs and see if I can do a quick animation of them.
I've done a couple. I should have put them on this. I might put them on tomorrow actually. But I've done a couple of animated little shorts of him. Nothing mega. I'm not an animator.
No, I'm not either. I just play one on TV.
He does. There's a couple of him flying on his surfboard, you know, things like that, and just basic things. I might leave it for the experts, you know, that they know what they're doing. But yeah, he really is. I do enjoy working with it.
No, I utterly like it. But we're coming up on that hour mark. I want to just get a bump in here for myself.
Okay.
All right. My little Prototype 0 plug in there.
Yeah, I know. It's your show.
Yep. But I'd like to thank you for coming on, and look forward to hanging out with you on Sunday, as long as I'm not like asleep this Sunday like I was last week. So could not be that bad.
It's afternoon for me, so
yeah.
Well, thank you for having me, and I've enjoyed it. It's been a good chat, and
you're welcome to come on anytime. So.
It's always nice to see you, and away from all the other people, all the other influences.
Yes, all our other horrible influencey people. Looking at you, Randy.
Thank you anyway. Thanks a lot, and it's been good.
Glenn.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
You have a great one,
and you as well. Yeah, I'm gonna have some dinner now.
That sounds amazing too. Someone's gonna get the outro, and I'll talk with you later.
See you in a bit.